Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to continue the story that we are reading, and the story name is Ikhfir Li Ya Rab. So there is a man who is sharing a story that he heard from one of the older men, right? The story took place in 1909, and he heard the story from that older man in 1965. So yeah, that's what we are going to continue today. The story that the older man shared to this man, okay? The man who is sharing this story here. نشأت في حياتي. Let's start. نشأت في حارة صغيرة. نشأت means I grew up. في means in. حارة means neighborhood. صغيرة means small. That means I grew up in a small neighborhood في القاهرة, right? In Cairo. So I grew up in a small neighborhood or small area in Cairo city. بدأت وبدأت حياتي عاملا في محل أقمشة, right? بدأت means I started. حياتي means my life. I started my life عاملا as a worker, right? Where I started my life as a worker في محل, in a shop, right? What type of shop? أقمشة, in a in a clothing shop or in a clothes store. That means I started my life as a worker in a clothing store or in a clothes store. Do you understand? Can you see here? There are some clothes. Yeah. So this would be the man who is sharing this story, that older man, right? He was young at the time. So كان صاحب الدكان عارفا بشؤون تجارته. صاحب الدكان means the owner of the shop. كان عارفا means he used to know, or he understood, or he had full knowledge. That means who had full knowledge. صاحب الدكان means the owner of the shop had full knowledge, or he understood. What he understood, بشؤون means all the matters. What matters? uh, بشؤون تجارته, about all the matters of his business. That means the owner, who was the owner? The owner is this, right? This is the man. So he had full knowledge about his business. عرف, he knew. كيف, how to. يجعل, how to turn, right? من دكانه الصغير, from his little shop, uh, to محلا تجاريا, to a commercial shop. محترما, prestigious commercial shop. That means عرف, that man knew, all right? He knew, that owner of the shop knew how to turn a small shop or his small shop to a prestigious commercial business shop. Did you understand? Since he had full knowledge about his business, that's why he had the capability to turn his little small shop to a big shop, to a large shop. وعندما, when بدأت العمل, when I started working, كنت في حوالي, all right, I was almost or about. حوالي means what? About. العشرين, I was about 20 years old. من عمري means from my age. That means when I started working in this shop. Did you understand? When I was started working in this shop, I was 20 years old. أخذت أصعد السلم في بطء شديد. أخذت means I started. What I started? I started climbing. Okay, أصعد means climbing. Did you understand? climbing. So I started climbing في بطء شديد, very slowly, right? I started climbing the ladder. Sulam means what? Ladder. Do you know what is ladder? Ladder, ladder, right? Ladder is something like this, okay? When you use this sort of ladder to go up, suppose you want to go to rooftop. Do you understand? You will use these sorts of things. This sort of thing, it is called ladder. So he said that when I started working, I was 20 years old, and I started climbing the ladder very slowly, right? That means he started becoming successful very slowly. لقد أعجب الرجل بنشاطي ومهارتي. That means the man, the owner of the shop, صاحب الدكان, he liked. أعجب means he liked. What he liked? بنشاطي, my activity, right? He liked my activity, smartness, ومهارتي, and he liked my skill. Did you understand? He liked how competent I was. He liked my competency, he liked my skill, and he liked my activity. فنهض, that's why. فنهض, that's why فنهض be, he promoted me. نهض be means he promoted me. من خادم, from almost a servant. تقريبا means almost. Okay, he promoted me from almost a servant to إلى عامل, to a staff. That means since he saw some good skills in me, then he decided to promote me from almost a servant to a prestigious worker, إلى عامل, in his shop. Then finally ثم إلى بائع, then he promoted me as a salesman, right? And I became salesperson later. That means initially he was khadim, then he was promoted to amil, that is staff, and he was later promoted to a salesperson. وبعد 3 سنوات, after 3 years, أجلسني, right, he seated me or he promoted me. Where he promoted me? على الخزانة, to the accountant, all right, to the chair of accountant. That means he seated me, he gave me the place of cashier. That means cashier. Who was the cashier? Cashier is the person who, takes the money from the customers. Did you understand? Who takes care all the financial issues of a shop or of a company. So khazana means actually accountant. He seated me or he promoted me to to an accountant, and as a cashier, you can say as a cashier. Cashier spelling is CASHIER. أحصل من الناس ثمن المبيعات. أحصل, that means I take. What do I do in accountant? أحصل, I receive. What I receive? ثمن المبيعات, the expenses of the products. That means I used to take the money from the customers, right? من الناس means from the people. أحصل means I take, right? What I take? ثمن, ثمن means expenses. Expenses of what? Expenses of the products, right? So that is what my job finally. كنت دائما حريصا, I was always greedy, right? Or I was always careful. I was always careful. كنت دائما حريصا شديد الانتباه. انتباه means careful. شديد means a lot, very. So I was very careful all the time. I was always very careful and attentive in my job, in my work. فأتقنت هذا العمل, and finally I mastered this job. فأتقنت means I became more competent, I became so skilled. Did you understand? هذا العمل, in this work I mastered the work. You could say فأتقنت هذا العمل means I mastered the work. If I say فأتقنت هذه اللغة, that means I mastered this language. كنا نعمل من 8 صباحا إلى 8 مساء. كنا نعمل means we used to work. من 8 صباحا, from 8 in the morning, إلى 8 مساء, from 8 in the evening. That means we used to work from morning to night, from 8 in the morning, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the evening. 12 ساعة كاملة. We used to work 12 years. Sorry, full 12 hours. 12 ساعة means 12 hours. كاملة means full. That means we used to work from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening, fully 12 years. Did you understand? وأنا جالس مكاني. I always sit down at my place. أتسلم النقود, and I receive money. أتسلم النقود means I receive money. أنا جالس مكاني. I always sit down at my place and I receive money. أتسلم means receiving money, receiving something. نقود means money. Did you understand? وبعد العمل, after work, كنت أجلس. I used to sit إلى صاحب المحل. I used to sit with the owner of the shop. صاحب المحل means I used to sit with the uh, owner of the shop. After work every day, I used to sit with the owner of the shop. Do you understand? And then أسلمه النقود. Then after sitting with him, I hand I hand over the money to him. أسلمه means I give the money to him, the money that I receive from the customers. So after every single day, after sitting with him, after 8 in the evening, I sit with him. Then I hand over all the money that I receive from the customers to the owner of the shop. Right? وَنُرَاجِعُ الْحِسَابِ. Then we all together, we recheck the account. We recheck the money, right? We count again and again the money that we receive from the customers. ثُمَّ أَخْرُجُ مِنَ الْمَحَلِ مُتْعَبًا. Then I used to come out. أخرج means I used to come out of the shop مُتْعَبًا, being tired. So with tiredness, I used to come out of the shop. I used to leave the shop every night after 8 o'clock, right? In the evening. When I used to leave the shop, وَرَأْسِي يَدُورُ, my head used to spin. My head used to spin, right? من طول ساعة العمل, out of the long hours of work, right? So when I used to leave the shop, my head used to spin a lot, right? I used to feel dizziness. Min tuwal, why? Out of all long work hours from morning to the evening. Did you understand? Tuwal sa'at means long hours of work. Al-amal means work. Long hours of work. I was quite tired. So after that, فأذهب, and after that, فأذهب, I used to go إلى دكان أخي الكبير. After that, I used to go to my elder brother's shop. I used to go to my elder brother's shop, right? دكان أخي الكبير. أخي الأكبر, not كبير. أخي الأكبر means my elder brother or eldest brother. دكان أخي الكبير means my elder brother's eldest brother's shop. وأتناول معه الطعام. Then I used to, take my food, or I used to take my dinner with him. أتناول means I used to take معه with him. What I used to take? الطعام. I used to take طعام, food with him after, going to his shop. So far I'm saying, here, as we can see that I'm saying that akhruju, that means I leave, right? Adhabu, I go. But I translated it as I used to leave. Okay, I used to leave. I used to go. Why I'm saying I used to leave, or I used to go? Because as you can see that here is a kuntu. This kuntu was functioning. Kuntu ajilisu means I was sitting, or I used to sit. This kuntu is functioning with usallimu here. I used to give, right? Uh, Kuntu nuraji'u. All right, this would also work here. We used to recheck. Kuntu akhruju means I used to leave. Do you understand? And kuntu fa'adhab means I used to go. And kuntu will work with atanawalu also. So this kuntu will function with every single mudari here. That's why I did not translate only I go out, I go, I eat. Rather, I said that I used to go, I used to sit, and I used to go to my brother's shop, and I used to take food with him. So you have to be very careful while you are translating these sorts of, verbs. So yeah, see you again in the next video. to continue the story.